McMahon, and I'm about to show you my Game Boy collection. Let's get started. In total, I have 19 Game Boy games, a lot of accessories, and a Game Boy Advance SP. Let me show them to you. Good old Mr. Driller. If there ever was an underrated puzzle game, it'd be Mr. Driller. I mean, seriously. I don't know many people have heard of it, and it's not really talked about online, it doesn't sell for much, and it's really just an unheard of game. It's kind of weird. Next up is Mr. Driller 2. Mr. Driller 2 is a sequel to Mr. Driller, and it's a bit innovative, but not really. It's pretty much the same game with updated graphics. That's all you need to know. Next up is WarioWare Mega Microgames. WarioWare Mega Microgames was the first portable WarioWare, and it's very fun. Next up is one of my favorite games for the Game Boy Advance, WarioWare Twisted. WarioWare Twisted is a very, very fun game. It uses rotoscope and vibration, giving a really satisfying feeling. I kid you not, it's really, really fun. Play it. It's awesome. Next up in the case is Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Kirby and the Amazing Mirror has to be the best Kirby game I've played on the Game Boy Advance. So being there's only two, that's not really impressive, but still, it's the better of the two. I really like it. It's very fun. It has some really unique bosses, really great environment, and it's a really great game. Next up is a game I really like, and has the manual as well. It's called Drill Dozer. Drill Dozer has to be the best platformer, best game period on the Game Boy Advance. It's just so good. I mean, seriously, it's made by Game Freak. Same people made Pokemon. And it's really, really fun. Great platforming, great music, great everything. The thing I can complain about is that it really holds your hand a bit too much. But other than that, it's perfect. And I swear, some of the things in this game are awesome. Like, just, it's so detailed. It's such a lot put into it. Game Freak, if you ever decide to make another game that isn't Pokemon, please, please, please make it Drill Dozer 2. Please. Please. Oh yeah, here's the manual. Next up is Tetris. Tetris is just Tetris. It's fun, it's innovative for the time, and it's really cool. The only thing I can note about it is that when I bought it, it first didn't work, and it was kind of weird. Like, it was really grimy, and then I put it in, it stopped working, and it just started glitching up. But the moment I cleaned it up, and the moment I just put it in again, it just worked, and it never stopped working since. Next up is Batman Return of the Joker. Batman Return of the Joker is Sunsoft's attempt at a more dark game. Didn't really come off that way, though. I mean, it really is a bit poorly programmed, it's not really that innovative, and it didn't do much for the market. But it has great music, it has great graphics, and it has the JonTron theme. Well, part of it. You'll understand if you watch my previous videos. Next up is another Batman game. Batman, the animated series, the game. This was actually made by Konami. One thing I found funny about it is it's better than Sunsoft games, and the Sunsoft games have been known to be good on other platforms. I don't get why it was bad on Game Boy. I mean, they weren't bad, but they were decent, and that's not standard for Sunsoft when it comes to licensed games. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, this game is really fun. It's actually some great platforming, really great platforming, and if it wasn't for the fact that it didn't save that well and it is really hard, I'd play it more. Next up is, let's try this again. Perfect. Anyway, next up is Golden Sun. Golden Sun I don't play very much because I'm not really a fan of RPGs, but it was my brother's copy and he gave it to me as a present because, you know, he loves me, he's really nice. Anyway, he gave it to me and I appreciate it, but I don't play it that much. It's meant for love's sake, I guess. Next up is another case game. Urgh. Here's the case. Here's the game, Donkey Kong King of Swing. Did I just hit my head with a Game Boy game? Anyway, Donkey Kong King of Swing is a very fun, innovative game. When people talk about the Donkey Kong series, they don't mention this game. I don't know why. I mean, they mention the sequel a bit, but this game, no. I think it's because that it's just underrated, it's just not that popular, and it didn't really sell that well. Plus, I don't know why people say, well, Rare owns the Kremlings, that's why you don't see the Kremlings in the new game. Well, this game came out recently after the Rare buyout, and it has the Kremlings in it. So this is your topper. You don't have to go into legal issues, you don't have to go into blah blah blah, you can just say, Donkey Kong King of Swing. Step is, case, game. Game is Gunstar Superheroes. And funny story about the case, I sold it on accident and then I bought it back from the same store. Kid you not. Pretty funny. Anyway, Gunstar Superheroes is a sequel to the popular Gunstar Heroes. And trust me, it's really, really fun. It's a treasure game, so it's gonna be good. And it's really fun. It's It's fun because it's a reimagining of Gunstar Heroes. Do I need to say more? Not really. Next up is my third and final Batman game, simply titled Batman. It's based off the NES Batman game, but loosely, very loosely. It has really tiny sprites, you go around shooting stuff, and it's pretty much just a Blazing Man's Contra. That's all I gotta say about it. What are you expecting more? Next up is a game from my childhood, World Destruction League Thunder Tanks. It's actually a decent game. It's made by 3DO, the same people who made the Panstock 3DO. The music's kind of bad, it has really bad English, and overall, it's just a novelty from my childhood. Next up is Super Mario Advance 3, also known as Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island is pretty fun. I know I've been using that word a lot, but it is fun. I'm being serious. Like, Yoshi's Island, you all know what Yoshi's Island is. It's fun. It's just really good. It's a really great port. It has some really great music, really good sound, and it's very loyal. I like it. Next up is a Pokemon game. It is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Fire Red. You all know this game is awesome. I know this game is awesome. I don't need to talk about it. Moving on. We're almost done. Next up is Pokemon Pinball. Pokemon Pinball is a very fun game. I don't care what you say. It's fun. I like it. It has great graphics and the Pika! It's very funny, especially when it's all garbled and stuff. It's just really hilarious. I don't know why people point that out more. It's just so funny. Overall, it's a great game. Recommend it highly. I don't know why I put this second to last, but it's Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Maybe I put it last because I have the manual, and I bought it before I even had the game. Because when I bought my Game Boy Advance, it just came with it. I don't know why someone sold the manual. It's a really fun game. The funny thing is, I got Kirby in the Amazing Mirror, but yet I got a Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland manual. It's strange. Anyway, the game's really awesome. It's a great reimagining of the original game, and I highly recommend it. Again, I'm really idiosyncratic when thinking my words. Finally is Densetsu no Starfy, my only import game. And guess what? If you ever played the Legendary Starfy, it's the 5th game in the series, and this game is the 1st game. And I really like it. I don't understand what's going on, but I still like it because the gameplay is awesome. It's pretty much just like number 5, except for, a bit more primitive. Other than games, all I really have is just a whole bunch of manuals I got with my purchase, the Game Boy Advance itself, base for my Game Boy Advance, and some chargers, as well as 2 audio adapters. One I actually already had, and one I got with the purchase. Thanks for sticking around, and have a nice day. Thanks for watching.